It's Monday, June 7th. You are tuned in to Talent Talk. This is your spot for all the best news in real estate in the South Sound area. I am Jurgen, and with me, if I got this right, we got it.
Your boy, Steve.
And I'm Davina. Oh, sorry.
Good morning, y'all.
Hey, guys.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Starting a great week.
On Fridays, we do our Talent Talk and we do a market update where we give you news about what's going on. On Mondays, we typically bring aboard a guest, and we have a guest today, right?
We do. What is our topic today?
Today's topic is home inspections.
That is right. And we do have a guest that is going to join us. Do we have a trivia question today?
You know, as you asked me what our guest was, I was like, normally we have a trivia question leading into our guest. But we do got a trivia question today.
You know, you got to trust Jared in the background. He's going to have this.
So we got a trivia question that kind of always leads into our guest. So trivia question for today is, what percentage of home buyers that used a home inspection said that their inspector identified at least one problem that should be addressed? You know what? I feel I know the answer.
Right.
And it's not on there.
I'm going for it too, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the answer in this particular poll is. I think the answer in my mind is slightly different.
Yeah. We'll get our experts' take on the trivia question. We can talk about that one.
Very nice. So before we introduce, how was your week? How was your weekend? We were off for a week. We were all doing some things and drawn back together after a week off. Did you all miss us? Hope you did.
They're saying, yes, we did. I know we were gone, Monday through Friday. We were not here for Talent Talk, but we are looking forward to, we have guests this week. We're actually looking forward to some community spotlights as well. We had a community spotlight, it was the week before last, and we're bringing those back in as well. So just want to make a reminder that if you are a business owner, or you work in a business, or you know a business, whether it's related to the real estate industry or not, we would love to hear from you. And so you can just drop us a message and we will reach out and have a chat.
Yeah, sometimes we want to know even if it's none of your business, but
none yet.
All right. Well, from this point, then maybe we should get in with our guest. I mean, we've got who do you want to do an intro here? We have a very special guest. He is a home inspector. He's been doing this for a while, but he's actually got a great story about having come into doing home inspection and how it has been from a journey of building a business up and providing just a higher level of support and really getting out there to help people out. And in this market, with as quickly as things can move, having a great home inspector on your side can be the difference between your dream home and the money pit, the nightmare, right? So to get to know this gentleman, his name, he actually is. Good morning, Kevin. You know what? I completely stepped over my own lines. It is the first Monday back, and you were so good we had to intro you twice. So this is Kevin Ullrich from HAPI Home Inspections.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
Did you know you were so important that we... Phenomenal. I'm sun-kissed.
I know. I saw that on Facebook that you were down in the big Arizona.
In the dry heat, loving it.
Yeah.
When normally I'm the one that would be complaining about heat, and instead I was just like lapping it up.
And I was just
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a great vacation.
What was that?
Said, and I just
I'm
was,
glad you had a great.
oh.
You know, Kevin, I've had an opportunity to know you for a good long while now, and have had a great view of seeing how you've grown a home inspection business, and you started when it wasn't easy, and you've just really done a phenomenal job. Not that I need to be, but definitely proud of you of what you've done with that. But for those that don't know you, can you tell us a little about, what is your background? Like, how did you end up getting into home inspection, and what does this all mean to you?
Well, I've basically been in construction pretty much my whole life in some form or capacity. I used to travel all over the country doing fixture installation in retail stores all over the country. Did home building from rough carpentry all the way to finished carpentry, roofing. Pretty much have done it all. And 4 years ago, I was working for a property management company as a maintenance supervisor. And the owner of the business, who also happens to be a realtor and has her own company, wanted to send me to school to be home inspector. And I told her politely I would rather do it on my own and pay for it myself, because I knew that I wanted to start my own business. This is the third business I've owned on my own. I prefer working for myself rather than somebody else.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Entrepreneurial spirit.
That's right.
Yes.
That's what this country is built on.
And doing home inspections, as you get older, doing the carpentry gets a little tough on the body. So this way I get to stay in the field, but not have to do quite as much physical labor. I mean, crawling in crawl spaces isn't that much fun, but it's part of the job.
You're not alone in that journey in the home inspections.
That's kind of the theme I hear with the home inspectors. The hard spot of home inspections is crawling underneath the house.
Yep. It's very hard to get the client to come with you under there too.
I've had some clients who they want to go under there and they get underneath the house. So it's always funny. And sometimes even once or twice the broker, not me, but some brokers.
I've had one broker and I think maybe 3 clients that actually came under the house with me.
Seriously though, I had one client that wanted to literally follow the home inspector everywhere. And the home inspector had an extra suit with him. This was years ago. And the client suited up and they went under the house together.
I had a client actually bring his own suit.
Wow.
Why he has a hazmat suit just laying around, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Kevin, there's like a lot of different home inspection companies. How is HAPI inspections different?
Well, number one, it's in the name, HAPI. I'm always upbeat. But the main difference between me and other companies is, number one, I'm not going to have you sitting there for 3 hours, 4 hours during the home inspection. I get in there, I do a home the same way every time. I start in the kitchen, do all the plumbing next. So by the time I get under the house, everything's had a chance to drain. I can see if there's any leaks anywhere, but I just keep going. I'm also have the exterior of the home done 99% of the time before the client or the agent even arrive, because I know, as agents, you're not making money while you're sitting at that home inspection. So I want to get you in and out as quick as possible. So I just do my job. I go over everything with the client at the end. I've got my tablet with all the pictures, which are very clear, and explain everything to him right there. The client can follow me around. Some do, some don't. And then I'm also going to have the report done on the very same day as I do the inspection. It's not going to be the next day or 2 days later like some people. It's always going to be same day report inspection.
So that's good. Expediency.
Yep. So usually the time frame is usually about an hour that you're going to be on site. That's it. And I'll have you out of there. And also I can get you in normally within a day or two. So, you don't have to wait till a week. So a lot of my agents will actually call me ahead of time, check my availability, and I can almost always get them in within a day or two. So that way they can go ahead and put in a 3-day inspection into their offer, which makes their offer look better sometimes.
Definitely. Definitely.
That is good. That is good. I'm going to ask a question though, and we can talk about this market, and we're going to get into that as well as we're talking about the 2-day or 3-day inspections. But just for you, Kevin, you got started in this business several years ago, and you came out of the construction industry, something that you knew very well and were very comfortable with. And now you're starting this new business as an entrepreneur, and you're like, I'm an inspector now, and you've got a really good client base with the customer service that you provide, but that was not always the case getting started. Talk us through, so what happened? So talk us through how you were able to go from just getting started out without the client base and then moving forward to today. How did you build your business?
Well, there's a few things I did. One was being lucky enough to, I don't know, for those of you who don't know me, Garrett Lafferty actually is my brother-in-law. So I had a good in with John L. Scott, which helped. And I also knew Jurgen before Garrett was an agent with John L. Scott. Jurgen actually helped me buy my property that I built a house on 6 years ago. So I knew Jurgen already too. So it was pretty easy for me to get in with your family because I came to a meeting and introduced myself to everybody at a weekly meeting. Which I just want to tell everybody and remind everybody. What's that?
You didn't come empty-handed though.
No, and I just want to remind everybody, I will be at your weekly meeting on the 30th of June. And so you will want to be there because I do not come empty-handed. I will bring food. And it's always good.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You're talking food, and then of course my brain just went because you're talking food. And when you said not empty-handed, so we haven't even talked about this, but I remember like cheesecake and like, was that meeting? Like,
yeah,
spread. Okay. All right.
And that is what I'm planning for this one as well, is bringing a cheesecake again. And some good Wisconsin cheese and sausage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, mimosas. Can't forget the mimosas.
You said that now I'm actually salivating. So
I know, right? I'm sorry I interrupted. Okay, bring it back. Here we go. Bring it back. Okay.
So the other thing I did with, without your family is, what I did is I became a Betty Crocker, basically. I would bake brownies, I would make cookies, and I would find open houses in the areas. And I would go to open houses and introduce myself to the agents. I would go to different offices and drop off a big basket of goodies for them. And basically that's how I got started. And trying to meet the right agent so that you could get a meeting with that other office, because that's when people get to know you, is when they see you in person.
Yeah. Talking about food, I think Davina had to drop off and just grab something.
I lost it for a second there. I had to get a breath.
Yeah.
And actually now I actually go and I go back to classes with who I went through for my schooling. Actually happens to be from Wisconsin, which was a coincidence, which is where I'm from. And he and I become good friends. And I actually go back when he has a class in the Seattle area. And I actually go back and teach for an hour on how other inspectors can grow their clientele once they become a home inspector.
That's good.
Very good. Very good. Very similar. Yeah, we talk about relationships. So you're right there.
And I actually do field training for them as well.
That's excellent. In this time frame, Kevin, you've grown your business and you have done it in a way that is, like David had mentioned, it's about the relationship and building into there. But one thing with relationships means that you have to be upfront, honest, and you're not selling, you're providing value and service, right?
Correct. You as an agent are not my client. So it's the client who I'm looking out for. Building a relationship with you is very important, which is why when I explain things to the client, I'm not scaring them away, because that's the last thing I want to do is scare one of your clients away and lose a deal for you. But I do explain to them what needs to be done and how to go about doing that as well.
Absolutely. And in that thought process, or in that frame of reference, one of the things right now is, with a really competitive market, you're seeing buyers begin to consider waiving different contingencies. And one of those contingencies that they consider waiving at times is a home inspection. Prior to waiving a home inspection, from that home inspector's point of view, what are some things they should consider prior to waiving an inspection?
Well, you should consider the ramifications of not getting a home inspection. Just because they don't get one, and I understand that makes their offer look better, they should at very least do a pass-fail. I mean, I know that's a little bit risky, not quite as risky. Another thing that I have clients doing now is doing a pre-offer inspection, which is a little bit, that's the one that's risky for them, just because they're going to have to pay me, and if their offer doesn't get accepted even after the inspection, they're out that money. But at least they can go in with a peace of mind, knowing what needs to be fixed on the house, if anything, and know that, okay, it's nothing too major, or if it's something major, now you can negotiate that into your offer as well.
Okay. Kevin, you mentioned that that pre-offer inspection. Is there a difference between that pre-offer inspection and a regular inspection?
Not on a pre-offer, no. What I do also do is a pre-listing inspection for your sellers. So if your seller is getting ready to sell their house, I'll go in and do a pre-listing inspection, which is basically, I do pretty much a full-blown inspection on. The difference is that they're just going to follow me around. I'm going to let them know, okay, you really should get this taken care of before putting it on the market, because any buyer is going to ask that be repaired or be fixed. There's other things that I can tell them, well, you might want to wait on this one instead of spending the money now. Wait to see if buyer actually asks for it to be fixed. And then the third one is I wouldn't even worry about it, because buyer's not going to ask for something like that. And that way they can go in knowing, okay, I've taken care of the major stuff. They know their house is worth what they're putting it on the market for at that time. Now, the other difference with that is that there is no report written up with that pre-listing inspection.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, because it was going to just get a little bit more clarification on that pre-inspection. Is it, so it's the same, so it takes about the same amount of time, but there's no report?
Correct.
Okay, and you said that's for the pre-listing inspection? Yes,
that's for your sellers.
Okay, and then what about for the pre-offer inspection? Is there a report on that one as well? This amount? So it's basically the same as a regular inspection, but you just are doing it before the offer.
Correct.
Okay. And so what do you?
That's what a lot of agents are trying to get their clients to do, rather than waiving the inspection. But like I said, we know that that's a little bit more risky for the client, because they're still having to pay me, and if they don't get their offer accepted, they're out that money.
Right. I got a question just in that, and this is kind of a little bit not off, but how have you had an experience where you've done multiple pre-inspections for a client?
Yes. And after the first inspection, the next inspection, I always take $25 off. And if they don't get that one, I take another $25 off. So at least they're going to save a little bit.
Yeah. What, any idea how many, and I don't know if it's one or two or four, do you know any idea how many you've done, or how much someone has spent on pre-inspections before they've found the home?
The most inspections I've done for one client was 3 prior to them buying, and they did buy the third one.
Okay. Okay. So there's hope there, right? So
Always hope.
there's always hope. So in that whole vein, what's the scope of an inspection? What all do you cover when you're inspecting?
I'm going to cover every inch of your home. I'm going to get into every nook and cranny, places that you wouldn't even think of. I know there was one time I've had agents try and test me even, and have hidden things or knew where things were and wanted to see if I'd actually catch them when I first started working with certain agents. And I found it every time. I have never done an inspection and not found something in a home that needed repair, even on a brand new build, because there's always something. That's my job. That's my job, is to find something. Garrett will challenge me all the time, even on a brand new build. He's like, okay, yeah, you did find something still.
Sound like you answered our trivia question there.
Yes, the trivia question I would have thought would have been 100%.
Same here.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it was 86.
Let's add a D in there for 100.
But that'd be an E.
Right.
So Kevin, with what you're talking about here, so you cover everything and you really go through the process. You're very thorough about what you do. Sometimes though, and I want to just throw you a little curveball. We didn't put it in the questions, but I just am really curious to know. And you can change names to protect the innocent. You can not give really identifying things if you would like to. But I'm curious, what kind of do you have an experience that stands out from the home inspection? Sometimes either it was so, I don't know, maybe bad, maybe it was just incredible. Do you have a story that you can share about a home inspection that you've done in the past?
Yeah, there was actually one house I did, and
Or have you ever walked away from a home inspection?
I've never walked away from a home inspection, no. But there is one home I recall doing, and it's actually for one of your agents. And underneath the house, it was a block and pier, and half of them were tipped over. So the foundation basically had to be redone. I mean, they had to reblock this whole house up. So one buyer walked away from that. A week later, I get a call to do an inspection on the exact same house. And that client wasn't afraid of it and ended up buying the house. Because the seller wasn't willing to do any repairs to the home. So it was all going to be on the buyer. And I remember that one just because it was the same house within a week. I did an inspection twice on.
I'd have been afraid to lean on that house.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah, well, that's interesting though too. So when you did if you do an inspection twice on the same home, do you just completely do the same thing, or what? How do you handle it? Yeah.
Yep, I still do a complete inspection. I still have to, because I don't know if anything's changed from week 1 to week 2. Anything could have changed in that time. So you still have to do the full inspection. I check every outlet that I have access to in a home. I check all the plumbing, and you have to do that again because you don't know if something's changed within that week.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah, got to count the number of blocks that are tipped over again. Okay, is it still?
Maybe an extra block got tipped over. You don't know, right?
And you don't know if the seller came in and did something. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin, what's some advice that you can give maybe a new home purchaser who is looking at purchasing a home when it comes to inspections?
Get one, first off. Do not waive your inspection. It's just not a smart thing to do. Hire me would be your next best one, because, like I said, I'm going to get you in and out. Just because I'm not spending 3 or 4 hours in a home, that doesn't mean I'm not as thorough as everybody else. It just means I get in, I get it done. I'm not standing around talking. Even if the clients follow me around and asking me questions, I'm still working as I'm doing that, and I'm answering their questions as I'm working. But I'm very thorough and will take care of you very well. and explain everything in a fashion that you can understand.
Okay. Good.
Very good. So how can we get happy? How do we get to
Well,
happy?
you can go to my website at HAPI, HAPI homeandpestinspection.com, and that'll take you right to my website. Or if you want to book an inspection, you can do it on my website there, or you can call me. I always answer my phone. Even if I'm on another inspection, I may be brief and say, I'm in the middle of an inspection. Can I call you back in 45 minutes when I'm done? But I always answer my phone, because if I don't want that person moving on to the next company. I want to be able to be the one to take care of it.
You know, you have that Wisconsin Midwest work attitude. That's
Yes, which is completely different. And I'm not trying to be rude than Washingtonian work ethic.
every once in a while.
That's good. Well, we have. Oh, I was going to say. So in the chat, we have your website, and what's your number?
My phone number is 360-401-9063.
All right. 360-401-9063. You almost had a little, we need to get
Operators are standing by.
Happy jingle.
Yeah. Call to find your happy place.
Right.
Exactly. You'll always be happy with happy.
Does happy
You know what?
stand for anything?
HAPI stands for Home and Pest Inspection.
Oh, okay.
I'm halfway to a tagline for you, honestly. Call to find your happy place. Something right in there.
Yeah, that would work. And I also say you'll always be happy with happy.
Always be happy with happy.
My little creative juices are flowing. I feel like I'm gonna create a tagline for you before we're done. Actually, we are reached that point. It is 8:45.
It's coming.
The big buzzer just sounded.
Well, I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah,
We will get your information posted up in the comment section so everyone knows how to get a hold of you via your phone number and the website. So,
Yeah,
and make sure that you're at your weekly meeting on the 30th.
Yep. We will see you very soon. In person, live.
Thank you, Jurgen. Thank you, Davina. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank
You
you, Kevin.
enjoy your day.
Yes.
You too. It's a beautiful day out.
Yes. All right. Bye. Awesome sauce.
yes.
Yes, it is actually, well, it is a nice day. I see the sunshine. I do see some cloud shine too, but I do see the sun peeking out.
It was dumping last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Was like, what is going on?
Almost sounded like hail. Hail?
Hail no.
Hail no. Hail.
HAIL. Right? Oh gosh, you guys are funny. All right, so we have our trivia question. There, we want to.
What's the answer to this? This does not seem quite right. What percentage of home buyers that used the home inspection said that their home inspector identified at least one problem that should be addressed?
I don't know. Is it should be addressed? Is the actual thing, or
I don't know. I think every home should have an address.
Of course.
Yeah.
But we're all saying 100%.
Yeah.
Right? We're kind of thinking that. But
Jared, what was the top answer on there, or the highest answer? Was it 86% on there?
It's 32. No.
According to findings from Porch, 86% of buyers who used the home inspection said that their inspector identified at least one problem that should be addressed. I really, truly am shocked that it's not 100%.
right.
Have you guys
I
ever
don't think
seen
I've
any-
ever had a perfect home inspection before, even on new construction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Like a unicorn.
Yeah, if I heard one that it had no identified things, I would wonder if they did their job.
Right.
Was this a drive-by inspection? Like, okay. It was the COVID inspection. They didn't actually go in. I looked at aerials. I did sonar from the car.
That would be appraisal, not inspection.
Oh, I understand. I was extrapolating.
No, I know you were. All right. What's going on as we are through that? What's going on in our world this week?
So we have got some updates coming up this week. So we have a blood drive in DuPont Wednesday, June the 9th. So if you have the opportunity, there's always demand for blood. It's going to be at our John L. Scott DuPont office, June 9th from, I believe it's from 10 to 6.
Yeah, I want to
Yes,
say.
Yeah, and I think, David, you were going to say exactly what I was going to say, which is there is a sign up for it as we're coming out of COVID. They do want sign-ups. Jared, I think, is going to post that in the comments. Would highly, highly encourage you to give where you can, because the need, like you said, Steve, is really great during this time.
Yeah, and this is actually just, there's a little bit more of an urgent call on this. We have to have a minimum number of signups to even host this blood drive. So please, there is a shortage of blood. And if you can, sign up and come and give. If we don't have enough people, we won't even be able to provide the service. So please, there's a link that's that I believe Jared just posted. And this takes you right to a Facebook page where you can actually have direct link information to go ahead and sign up. So please sign up and give if you can.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to have to give like 4 or 5 times, and I'm going to be woozy.
Jurgen will be double arming it there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You'll get lots of juice, Jurgen, and cookies or whatever. We'll have some snacks as well. So
I'm going to keep going back in with a different disguise. Hey, you look familiar. No, I'm good.
oh my goodness. Okay.
All right.
So blood.
Blood drive this Wednesday. Get signed up. The link is in the chat box. Also coming up this week, we have our weekly business meeting for our John L. Scott brokers. We'll be going over some awards and having a money wheel and dice roll. Also this week, we have Forms Friday, where we'll be diving into a specific form and just kind of covering that. That's Friday at 9 a.m.
And Steve, you've been doing great with Forms Fridays, and we're still, I mean, there were so many forms revisions fairly recently that you're still going through some of the forms revisions on different ones, right?
Yeah. So we, there was a ton of different changes, even in the way it affects us in structuring offers and doing business. So we cover a lot of that stuff and talk about like best practices, going over certain scenarios, and just making sure that we got a really good understanding of the forms and what they mean to our clients and to the other brokers and everyone else. So
very good.
Yep.
Friday at 9 a.m. Is when we do that. And then also on Friday, we have our market update with Jurgen and Davina, and they also give you the rundown on what's going on in our marketplace. They give you the new listings that are coming on the market with John L. Scott, which market is actually, we got a lot more listings that we're seeing coming on the market. So it's a great way to get like a jump start of getting at night, taking a look at the homes. And then we also go over the
and actually this one we should be going over what happened in May and really giving you an update of that, because that helps us understand what we're going to be looking at coming up in June.
Yes.
And Jurgen's spin on our updates has been trivia, which he's been stumping me crazy these last. No. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have some trivia questions. You guys can participate in how the market is trending and changing.
Play along with your game master.
Please, I've been on the spot these last weeks. So help.
It's like a trivia update.
Yeah.
Market update trivia. You guys also go over the new open houses for the weekend too, because we got a lot of those coming on the market. So
yeah, it's been nice to see that. We are starting to see more inventory come back on the market, which we'd expect during this time. We kind of missed a bit of that last year through the pandemic. So we're seeing more of a return to form of the market movement. We're just at an elevated level right now.
Yep.
So, all right. It's that time to go ahead and depart for the day, and we will definitely hope to see you. At least some of you that are able to give blood, or if you even just want to stop by and say hi. We will be at our office in DuPont for the blood drive on Wednesday, which is coming up quick. And so we do. What was that?
Well, that was actually, I thought it was a graphic. I didn't realize it was a video. Just a reminder as we're also ending that. Yeah, to actually be able to feature business. You'd mentioned at the top of the broadcast that we love talking to affiliates. We also like to spotlight local community businesses as well. Whatever we can do that will help bring value to anyone who's tuning in. That's what our ultimate goal is, just to bring value every time you tune in to see us.
Amen. So we are going to go ahead and wrap it up today with those words that we use at the end of every meeting, every broadcast. And Steve, do you want to help us go home today?
I can do this. We'll wrap it up as we normally do with a big Be Bold.
Yeah, you're almost like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
All right, you guys. Appreciate you guys. We will do this again next Monday at 9, but before that, we'll have our market update on Friday. So tune in where we always bring you some good stuff. All right, gang, on the count of 3, let's get a big Be Bold. 1, 2, 3.
Be bold. Have a great day.
Bye, y'all.